Hey guys, okay, so I'm actually here again this week and I'm actually doing something a little different. I was asked to do a video review of a novel that I reviewed several months ago. It's called The Dream Undone by Jeremy Bronaugh. I don't know how to insert the image beside me, so this is all you get. I will admit that I'm kind of new to this whole book reviewing on YouTube trend, and I really hope that I do this book justice because it's a really good book that fans of Salinger, fans of Shabosky, and other similar authors will enjoy. If I had a physical copy, I'd be showing it off right now. I had an ebook to read the story, and I was very fortunate to be one of the early readers of the novel and an early reviewer of it. I want to talk about how awesome the cover is. It's so simple, yet it says so much. And as you may have seen in my past videos, you'll note that I love simple covers that have such awesome designs that say so much with so little graphic. But this cover, it leaves so much yet to be explored in the novel. Dream Undone follows a high school senior named Brody after the unfortunate death of his girlfriend. We follow him as he explores different ways of dealing with the grief, whether they be destructive or not. Most of the time it is destructive, and a lot of the storyline is very graphic and very strong, which in a way it works because it elicits a lot of emotion from the reader. Whereas other novels can simply say, and life is life and death is death, Bronaugh's book explores how sometimes it's not that simple. Sometimes death is a lot harder to just get over, and it haunts us every day. And this is kind of what we see in Brody's story. He moves on from school, years pass, he explores different worlds, he meets new people, meets new girlfriends, has new flings, but still at the back of everything is his girlfriend's death and the grief that he feels over it. This book is at times very disturbing, and if you have a weak stomach, then enter with caution. With that being said, it is a very good book that goes by very quickly, and it will suck you in and it will steal your attention for some time. And the good thing about it being a quick read is that Bronaugh finds a way to kind of pull you into the story and make you feel every emotion that Brody is feeling. And the good thing about it being fast-paced is that it kind of all hits you really, really fast, kind of like what Brody experiences. And since we only see the point of view of Brody, we don't know what to trust. We don't know if his world is real, the world where the adults just don't care, where no one asks questions, where people just let this young man destroy himself over something that happened a while ago that wasn't his fault. Yet he believes that he is at fault. He believes that everything that happened is his fault. And it's really sad because even as we watch Brody destroy himself, we can't do anything about it. All we can do is read his story and hope to God that at the end he'll find himself. And that's one of the good things about Bronaugh's novel. The ending, it kind of leaves it open so that it could go either way. And I like the fact that he didn't force us to follow one path, that he leaves it so that we choose what we want Brody to do. And that's pretty good because a lot of authors feel this odd necessity to just conclude a story and just give us all the answers. Whereas this book, it lets you decide for yourself. And generally, this is one of the reasons why I compare it to Salinger's work or Shabosky's work, because nothing is told to you outright. You have to figure things out on your own. And this kind of connects you to Brody as well, because Brody has no idea what the hell he's doing. And you can't help him because he's a character, but you're following along like you could, and you wait to see what could possibly be in store for Brody. There's a lot of dark stuff in this book. There's cutting, there's thoughts of suicide, there's extreme drug abuse and alcohol abuse. And through it all, we watch as Brody challenges life in a way that he's egging it on. He's daring it to see how far he can take it. There are moments in this book that I thought, okay, this is going a little fast for me. This could slow down a little bit, but I understand why it's so fast. I understand. I honestly do. And when you read the book, hopefully you'll understand as well. It's not a story that's meant to be told in tiny little spurts. It's a story that's meant to be told like, boom, in your face. This is it. This is my life. This is how it goes. This is what happens when a person loses a person they love. And it's not supposed to be prettied up with little words or big words, or it's not supposed to be prettied up with fantastical metaphors and all this beautiful imagery. It's just supposed to be, this is the story. This is what happened. This is how I dealt with it. And this is how it is. And it's effective. Like, it's a good book. When I wrote the review for this book, I gave it 5 out of 5 because it is so deep in so many levels. And I know that sounds cliche and corny or whatever, but honestly, this book is a quick read. It ensnares you in the storyline and doesn't let you go until the conclusion. And it has you connecting with Brody as he self-destructs. I know what grief feels like because I've lost several very important people in my life. So of course, I didn't go into drug use like Brody did. I didn't go as so extreme as to challenge my life as Brody did. But I did feel the emotions, and I do know that grief does not just go away. It's not a monthly thing. It's not a thing that lasts for a year. It's a thing that lasts for a lifetime. Some of the things that need to be noted about Dream Undone is how Brody's view of the world is so disconcerting because we can't trust him. We can't trust him at all. Is he right? Does no one care? Or is he just so blinded and so in his world, caught in his world, that he can't see when people around him want to help him, want to pull him out of that zone of his? I would recommend this book to readers who really like existential novels. A Dream Undone is an uncensored story of the perils of addiction, the perils of grief. If you aren't used to really strong stories, then I caution you as you read A Dream Undone, but it's still a book worth checking out. It's great storytelling, and the emotions are raw. A Dream Undone has a great moral to it. You are never alone. There are always people around you, even if you don't see them, even if you don't sense them, even if you think that your world is so small that no one sees it, that it is unimportant. There will be someone who sees you. There will be someone who cares. So you don't have to cope alone as Brody did. You can talk to friends, talk to family. Don't shut people out, because it's very sad when we have to deal with those emotions by ourselves. And as you can see from Brody's experience, it can be very dangerous to have to cope with these things by yourself. Okay, so hopefully this review was all right. Hopefully my first attempt did well. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you.